India's union budget may have offered very little for the crypto investors, but the global crypto community will be all ears to the upcoming G20 Summit in Bengaluru, wherein the fate of virtual digital assets will be set through a collaborative effort aimed at building regulatory oversights.
Looking at a global kind of a SOP to be available, to be agreed upon for regulating crypto assets, whilst recognizing the central bank as the authority for issuing cryptocurrency. The rest of the assets which are being created outside, which are using very useful financial technologies, even those will have to be discussed, because regulation cannot be done by any one country singularly. It has to be a collective action, because technology doesn't brook any borders.
Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I'm your host Manoj Dara, and we are here to discuss the crypto's regulatory environment against the backdrop of the upcoming G20 Summit. So why are we saying so? India is spearheading the charge of crypto regulations at the upcoming G20 meet scheduled later this month in Bengaluru, which is also proposing unified laws for all the group members. The move is likely to set the ball rolling, particularly in the light of the spate of cryptocurrency exchanges failures, bankruptcies, and fraud charges that spooked the global investors last year. So, the Bengaluru meet is important for the crypto community since there will be a 135-minute session on deciding the crypto policy frameworks. So, overall, India will host roughly around 40 meetings across the country starting this month. So these meetings will involve various working groups and 4 minister-level meetings intended to contribute significantly to the global economic discussions.
G20 में जो चर्चा हमारी चल रही है, क्योंकि क्रिप्टो में टेक्नोलॉजी का प्ले ज़्यादा है, इनफैक्ट 99% वो ह्यूमन नहीं इंटरेक्शन टेक्नोलॉजी का, उसमें हम सभी देशों से बात कर रहे हैं कि रेगुलेशन अगर होना है तो एक अलग देश अकेला कुछ कर नहीं सकते, इसीलिए सबके साथ बात कर रहे हैं क्या कुछ स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर हम बन पाएंगे, जिससे अगर सब लोग उसके रास्ते पे चलते हुए एक रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क हम बना देते हैं, हम इफेक्टिव रह पाएंगे। तो ये सब चर्चा में विषय है, इसीलिए कुछ नयापन नहीं है जो मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ हमारे बजट में, इसीलिए नहीं बोला, और G20 के साथ चर्चा अभी जारी है.
So similar views were expressed by Economic Secretary Ajay Seth. Let's listen in.
So as you recall that we had prepared a bill, went through internal discussions. Thereafter, there was a consensus that we have to deal with that at the global level. So we have reached out to IMF, and IMF is working out a paper in consultation with us to bring in the aspects of the monetary policy, bringing the macroeconomic aspects and the policy approach to crypto assets.
So market observers believe that the main agenda of the meet will focus on crypto assets, regulations, managing debt vulnerabilities, and reorienting global financial institutions. We spoke with industry experts ahead of the G20 Summit, where they have expressed their expectations and hope the move can pump prime falling investor confidence. So joining us on the show are 3 special guests. First is Andy Lane, Siddharth Jaiswal, and Gaurav Mehta. Gentlemen, welcome on 3.0 TV. So Andy, welcome on 3.0 TV. Enough of the voices raised about the lack of regulatory oversight. So are you hoping to see the consensus which is formed among the group of nations which is actually intending to form a crypto regulatory oversight? Can you give us a brief about the industry overview in this aspect, since you have been representing the NFT and the metaverse globally?
You know, I'm actually in the midst of writing a opinion article on that as well. So I think the question to me right now that's in my mind is the road to uniform cryptocurrency. Are we ready? You know, by introducing uniform regulations, the Indian government hopes to ensure that cryptocurrency can be used in a more safe and secure manner, you know, and of course with the intention of protecting investors' interests. From my point of view, the need for uniform regulation of cryptocurrency among G20 countries is a matter of debate. On one hand, uniform regulations can help ensure a level playing field for the businesses, and to be really honest, you know, this can really help to reduce the potential of cross-border risk to financial system. But then on the other hand, each country has unique economic political and cultural context, and may have different needs and priority regarding regulating cryptocurrency. For example, some countries may place a higher emphasis on consumer protection, while others may focus more on AML matters, and trying to counter the financial of terrorism, and so forth. So ultimately, the ideal approach to regulating cryptocurrency is likely to be a balance, in my opinion, between two perspectives, where countries adopt a standard set of principles while still retaining the flexibility to tailor regulations to specific circumstances. This approach can help ensure that cryptocurrencies are regulated in a way that promotes innovation, protects consumer, and reduces potential risks to the financial system, while respecting individual countries' rights to do things and rights to have their own rules. I think it is too early to have a uniform regulation across G20 countries on cryptocurrency. This might be a more bold statement, but I would like to say this: they did not perfect this regulatory framework in the traditional finance. In my humble opinion, it will be a lot harder for them to do that for cryptocurrency. Regulations should be localized if they want to move fast to catch up with the speed of the changes in the crypto space. So this is how I look at it, and to be really again straightforward, I think right now could be a good time for discussion, but it might not be the best time to cast the framework in stone, because there are a lot of changes in the crypto space, and while the changes are all taking place, I hope to see a kind of flexibility in the regulations when they approach new changes to cryptocurrency schemes and so forth.
Let's listen into what Siddharth Jaiswal has to say about this important event. So Siddharth, welcome on 3.0 TV. What is the significance of the G20 Summit in the view of shadow ban in place on crypto in India, and the country is now heading the group deliberation even at a time which is there to set the tone for the regulatory oversights? What's your view?
Personally, if you ask me, I have high expectations that the summit will provide a platform for a very productive and open discussions, largely on the regulation and adoption of cryptocurrencies. More importantly, what will happen, what I generally sense what will happen here is, obviously what we understand is banning cryptocurrency is not possible by a single entity or a single country altogether. This is where G20 Summit comes into picture. And obviously the agenda or the discussion will not be in favor to banning cryptocurrency, but in order to put a milestone in terms of providing a regulatory framework which will create more adoption of cryptocurrency across the retail network, across the population of these G20 countries, which we'll be discussing, right? And the second thing what I anticipate which will happen is, right now we call crypto as cryptocurrency, but within this G20 summit, my opinion is the currency part or the currency aspect would be completely removed out. It would be classified or categorized either as crypto assets or virtual digital assets. And more importantly, it would be considered as a utility token or a security token, and it would be acting as a separate asset class like gold, equities, such the crypto asset will also come into picture.
Don't you see the irony in terms of FM not even bothering to utter the word of crypto during the union budget, just to make our viewers understand?
Perfect. So as you rightly mentioned, we all crypto leaders and crypto natives are waiting to hear something on 1st February 2023, but unfortunately nothing was touched upon from a crypto regulation, taxation, 30%, anything that sort of, right? But we are eagerly anticipating the G20 summit, which is going to happen in India. So according to me, I think the gathering of global leaders has the potential to significantly impact the future, not only for cryptocurrency, but overall the blockchain technology as well.
So Gaurav, welcome on 3.0 TV. And you have a strong responsibility on your shoulder to tackle the tax issue. And in your view, what is your gut feeling given the current state of affairs with regards to the crypto tax regulations at the upcoming G20? What is your expectations? And the changing landscape of the crypto ecosystem, the collaborative efforts from the G20 group would go a long way in shaping up the future of this technology-driven sector. What is your expectations from this event?
Okay, so primarily we have seen the various fiascos happening in the crypto ecosystem since last 3 years. There has been Luna fiasco, Terra, FTX, and whatnot. So that has made government across the world concerned about the consumer protection primarily. And crypto being the international in nature. By that we mean there is no country, there is no specific company that manages cryptocurrency. It's a decentralized technology. Therefore, iteration of India's position that we need to look cryptocurrency from the technology point of view is one of the most important aspects to have a successful regulation. So I am very much bullish in India's leadership because India itself has a huge experience in managing the technology infrastructure. We have been one of the giants in the technology innovation. We have been progressive on that step. Our digital rupee is taking over the world. Our infrastructure across the world is being recognized. Now, all those experiences are being leveraged in order to define the technology policy. So Nirmala Sitharaman ji has already iterated time and again that crypto is high technology. It's a high velocity ecosystem wherein we have to take a proactive approach rather than the reactive approach. So in collaboration with the various countries, I believe that we are going to create a framework wherein the compliance rules, wherein the transfer of money rules, wherein the collaboration between the countries, wherein how the countries are going to interact to share intelligence when it comes to crypto wallets or crypto activities is going to be the fundamental approach for regulating it together. So, I mean, that's my understanding, at least what I have seen from the activities happening around the world.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for giving your views and sharing your views for our viewers. Thank you so much. In short, a lot of hope is pinned on the G20 Summit. The crypto investor community is eagerly awaiting to hear some positive news on the regulatory front. With India leading the deliberations, the homegrown crypto investors and the global community are sure of finding an amicable solution. Thank you so much.
We will keep you connected to the evolving world of NFT.
For accurate and latest updates of cryptocurrency markets and global regulations,
Metaverse and Web3.
3.0 TV covers the latest crypto crimes.
Keeps you updated about the global crypto events and exhibitions.